Hi, you guys. So I had to come back because, well, I'm going to come back anyway because there's a couple other topics that I want to touch on. Um, but I forgot to talk about this, and I put their picture on that last video. So Kayla and Nicole, the article I was reading, they have her listed as ambassador for Savage Fenty, and then Travis Kelce as a tight end for the Chiefs. I'm not sure if that's still his position or not. I don't know because you know how these players get moved around. So I don't know. Um, anyway, I remember the whole Cam Newton situation because I made a video about that as well, about him saying that women today don't know how to cook. And so I guess the this couple were together for like 7 years. From what I was reading, I think they said they got together in or 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. Excuse me. They started dating in 2017. And she commented on what Cam Newton said as well. Like a lot of women had, something to say about what he was saying, and so about women today don't know how to cook and all this stuff, right? And they want to be wifed, but they don't know how to do. They don't know how to take care of a man. I guess that's what he was trying to say with that. He was speaking with Brittany Renner. And I think the guys just like to try to get under her for whatever reason, right? Hi, Rod. So yeah, and so people are saying that he broke up with her because she spoke up and said something about what Cam was saying, or she tweeted something about what he was saying. Because she said something about, she feels like the average woman probably know how to make basic meals, right? Which sometimes is not true and sometimes it is. You know, I don't know. My whole thing, I feel like certain people know that they're going to have staff in their home anyway. So I just felt like that wasn't a real conversation for him. That's my opinion. Now, maybe he's the one that's tight with money. I don't know. I don't know anything about Cam Newton, but I'm just saying, if your wife's food is not good, then you can hire someone to prepare meals for your family. This is not a real conversation for you, right? That this woman has to know how to cook it, like, unless that's just something that turns you on, right? I mean, because some people do like, I mean, women, there are women who like men who know how to cook. So I don't know. It was just the way he was saying it though. It's like he was trying to say something about, women not knowing how to take care of a man. And it just came off a little sexist. So I do agree with her about that. But I don't know if that's the reason that they broke up. From what I'm reading, from some old articles from last year that they broke up last year, and then they got back together. So if they're going through something and maybe they're just taking this time apart, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not together, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're breaking up over her conversation, her tweet, excuse me, because I don't think she had a conversation with Cam. I think she tweeted something. Um, so I don't understand why he would get upset with that. I don't know. So I don't believe that story. And then the other story that is out here now is that he broke up with her because, mind you, he has to break up with her for whatever reason. I think last year, excuse me, they were saying the headline was, I guess white people do have a sense of humor, was Travis dumps Kayla. I hope I'm not calling her Kelsey. Dumps Kayla for Becky, which, like, come on now. Like, would he really tell somebody that? And I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so anyway, and he of course came out and said that that statement was ugly and that wasn't true. And so now she has, I guess popped up in the comments on one of the blogs, and she is stating that who is KS? Oh, Kevin Samuels. Yes, he was always generalizing and he was using stereotypes. just because you see certain black men with certain women do not mean that all black men think that way. And all rich men are not married to a baddie, right? And these baddies get older. Okay. So let's not forget that. Like, yeah, he was just saying a lot of nothing half the time. Oh, well, thank you, Rob. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, so she was saying that the story that's out here now about her saying that he's cheap is not true. She never said that. And that it just didn't make sense to me anyway, and especially now that I'm seeing that they were together for 5 years. You guys are trying to say that he only spent $100 on her the entire 5 years that they were dating. And I understand that, somebody else was saying this in their video that some of these guys will try to test women and see if they're just there for the money by, not spending money on them and then asking them to also help pay for dates and stuff, which is one thing. But to say in 5 years he was never paying, he was actually asking her for 5 whole years to ask to halfway pay for a date, like she was paying for half the dates for 5 years. I don't believe that. And I don't believe that he didn't buy her things. I don't believe that if they were in a mall, he wasn't buying her whatever she wanted that cost more than $100. I just don't believe the story. It sounds ridiculous. Um, because I'm sure that she, after however long she, wanted to stay in that relationship, she could have moved on. And that's what I'm saying. Men are always talking as if like women have to deal with y'all. Like, she could have, if she was uncomfortable with someone talking to her a certain way, she could have moved on long before 5 years was up. So obviously something else is going on between them. And I have come to the conclusion that maybe they just are taking time from each other. We don't even know if they really broke up because I don't see anything anywhere where either one of them have put a statement out saying that they broke up. But yet all these blogs are running all these stories, saying all this stuff, and it's always a source. It's always a source that's telling somebody some of this stuff, and then then they can't never tell you who the source is. Thank you, Rob. And so I don't believe the story at all. But you guys can let me know what you think of it. And like I said, today I guess maybe she's just now seeing the stuff that they're putting out here. Because I mean, some of these guys on here like Jada Black and O'Shea Duke Jackson, which I'm coming back to O'Shea Duke Jackson since he liked to talk about black women so much. I'm gonna have to come back to you because I was watching somebody's video this morning and I was already saying that about him. Like he is like hopping from country to country, and it's something going on with that. But anyway, and he did not come to his friend's funeral, so I'm kind of wondering it's either something going on in America or is something going on in Brazil because I think that's where he lived. He was living last year, was in Brazil, but now this person is saying that he lives in Poland now. So I don't know. I remember when he went to Poland because he went live on his backup channel and he said that he was somewhere. And so yeah, that was a while ago. That was at least 2 or 3 months ago. So I'm kind of curious to know why he is still there as well. And then he didn't come to Kevin Samuel's funeral. But yeah, I'm gonna come back to that because we have to discuss Mr. O'Shea Duke Jackson, who always talking mess, and he's over there saying that this guy Travis refused to spend money on her because he thought that she was just there for the money. Like, what would make this guy think that? And who talks to people like that? Like, for real, for real. But anyway, I don't believe the story. And she just came, like I said, I think I posted, oh, there it is right there. And she's saying that the stories are not true. They're ridiculous. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of all of this. And I'm going to come back. I promise you, I want to come back and get on O'Shea Duke Jackson. And I want to come back and talk about songs that could be considered as women empowerment, right? Type anthems that seem to upset men. So I'm going to do a video about that. And I want to talk about O'Shea jumping from country to country. Someone on here says he may have a child or two somewhere, and maybe that's what he's running from. I don't know, but let's talk about it. I'll see you guys in the next video.